Hey guys, what's going on? Kevincage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. This is going to be a good one for you all. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information. First things first, I want to say, mad shout out to Brad Kimes on YouTube for the XRP community. Guys, he is almost to 10,000 subscribers, just about 500 subscribers away. If you want a genuine individual who is, well informed and has some great guests on his live streams, and if you can't make the live streams on YouTube, I literally just tune in and watch his videos on 2x because there's always nuggets of information that I take away from it. So highly recommend it. Again, I've never even really spoken to the guy, but he just really, in my opinion, deserves more recognition in this space. And, I just wanted to give him a, professional shout out, supporting all other XRP community members, anybody that creates content, whether you're a researcher, whether you're a blogger, anything in between. I just want to say I appreciate all your hard work, and this is what happens because we are digging deep and learning and growing together. I know that might sound cliche, but if you've been in the space for a while, you get it because there's a real community here. All right. Now, what I want to talk about is, first things first, is XRP Crypto Wolf. So CME Group, and remember, Miguel Valles from CME Group actually left, the precious metals marketplace, all of this, and he left to come to Ripple. And they want to double the maximum number of Bitcoin futures traders can buy for each month by September 30th. The limit would jump from 1,000 to 2,000 contracts per month. Each contract has 5 Bitcoin. So 1,000 to 2,000 contracts equals approximately $10,000, Bitcoin, or 100 million. So that is a lot of volume. So remember though, this is still potential volume on the way into the ecosystem, which is great for all altcoins as well. But remember, with the futures contracts, as I've covered in the past, historically speaking, they can have an adverse effect, a negative effect on the price initially, which is what I personally expect to come this month. Just my opinion. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research. But either way, purchasing this physical Bitcoin that they actually need to settle these contracts increases demand and should have a positive effect on XRP as well, long term, regardless. So, we're waiting, hoping for some actual ETFs as well to get moving, because that will without a doubt have a positive influence on the price. Next, I just wanted to share this. This is LUDNL2 on Twitter. So LUDXRP, and just talking, another triangle with TA. And of course, it is getting tighter by the day. Keep in mind, technical analysis is really hit or miss. There's so many ways to look at something. There's so many ways to skin a cat. But I just wanted to show you because I usually never do show, TA or any charts. But maybe my gut is telling me something. So just wanted to share it. Let me know your thoughts. I personally predict that if XRP doesn't go up, it's going to go down or trend sideways. That way I'm always right. Told you so. All right, next up. Post by I Am Legion. Definite follow here. I'm bringing this post back from the dead. Stick around because I'm going to tie it into some great new developments in the XRP ecosystem at the end of this video. Right here. When Temenos integrated Ripple software, it doesn't mean anything. When TAS or TAS Task Group integrated Ripple software, it doesn't mean anything. When Earthport partnered with Ripple, it doesn't mean anything. When Visa purchased Earthport, doesn't mean anything. When Bank of England tested Ripple software, doesn't mean anything. When literally the Bank of England governor, Mark Carney, talks about needing a US reserve currency and speaks of Ripple, doesn't mean anything. When Ryan joined the Fed Faster Payments Task Force, it doesn't mean anything. When Chris Larson, executive chairman of Ripple, joined a IMF working group, it doesn't mean anything. When Ripple joined a SWIFT working group, it doesn't mean anything. When R3 announced XRP as Corda's settlement option, it doesn't mean anything, even though XRP is the only cryptocurrency / digital asset named. When Swift partnered with R3, and literally Swift and R3 have at like 60 to 80% of the same board members, the board of directors. It doesn't mean anything, even though R3 is literally the top 300 banking and financial institutions with some of the highest net worth individuals in the world, with tied to central banks. Doesn't mean anything. When SBI partnered with Ripple and then R3, it doesn't mean anything, even though Yoshitaka Kitao, CEO of SBI, literally said this is going to explode the XRP ecosystem long term. Ripple can handle the billions in cross-border transactions, whereas R3 can handle the trillions in trade finance. It doesn't mean anything. When SIA, which is the Italian firm group, partnered with R3, it doesn't mean anything, even though SIA, on all of the documents, which I'll show in future videos as well, has Ripple is literally the foundation for all the infrastructure for payments, APIs, you name it. It doesn't mean anything, even though SIA with SIAnet can actually connect to over 580 banking groups today. It doesn't mean anything. I love this. I want him to add on to, some of the existing developments as well. So we'll see. XRP Crypto Wolf, France's government has called for cryptocurrency rules at the European Union level along with creation of a European public digital currency. A common framework on crypto is needed for the 28 European Union countries, said France's Ministry of Economy and Finance. This is happening. France's regulations are pushing the rest. Again, if Europe takes, initiative and takes, actually does something with this, it's going to push and have a snowball effect in all other ecosystems and other countries as well to act. Crypto Wizard. My good friend just asked me where to put 500 pounds into crypto. Well, we've done a very simple calculation, and I've literally shown this in the past. Let's say 500 pounds into Bitcoin right now at all-time high, and you could double your investment. 500 pounds in XRP now at when XRP reaches its all-time high. And keep in mind, let's just kind of review a bit. So Bitcoin neared almost $20,000 USD. So really, with 10,000, you can double. But 500 pounds into XRP now, with the all-time high, you'd have 6,500 pounds. Remember, XRP was valued well over $3.50, depending how you measure it. And I'm also excited for the price discovery talks that everyone's, discussing lately that are coming around November with CoinMarketCap. The digital asset investor made a great point, and it's a good point to consider that, we might not only consider the Korean markets again, which love XRP, which, they literally pushed it probably, to another dollar on its own, but also SBI. Price discovery will be interesting. I'm curious if they're going to take into consideration new measurements for, coin market capitalization as well. All right. This is huge, guys. This is literally, you can be buying Bitcoin at, 50% of its all-time high, or you can buy something XRP, which is literally, give me 1 second. Let me look at something. % down from all-time high. It is literally over 93% down from its all-time high. That's a buy for me. When all of you are afraid, or well, not you, but because you're actually watching this channel, but for when people are afraid to actually buy in the red, those are the same people that will come back and they're going to buy XRP when it's 50 cents or $2. It's so silly, but it's how psychology works with humans. We all are only comfortable buying something when it's in the green, but to make money, you have to buy in the red or at all-time lows. Next, now these are the cool nuggets of information I want to share today, shared by the one and only Stuart_XRP. So this is really cool. Let's take a look at this. So this is with microfinance. I know you've heard about this, but this is a great infographic I want to show. And then I'm going over a really good point next. So if Ripple was to build loans, products would be great for banks. Looking for new ways to innovate, generate new revenue, 80% population has no access to loans. And this is the global population. So let's just take a look at this. So remember, Ashish Birla, the SVP of product of Ripple, and he said this on the podcast in May of 2019. Microfinance in the world. Loans typically in the range of $100 to $500 are typically classified as a micro, finance loan. But again, people can loan $10 as well. So South Asia remains the global leader in terms of number of borrowers. India led the way amongst countries active in microfinance in 2017. This is interesting too. I don't know why. South Asia, women accounted for 92% of borrowers in 2017. Anybody from South Asia, please let me know. I'm curious why that would be. There are about 3,000 microfinance institutions that are currently operating around the world today. 400 of them have active lending programs, more than 70 million borrowers, an equal number of savers, and a total loan portfolio estimated at $40 billion. The growth rate for this industry is 20 to 30% since 2008. That is an interesting trend to consider. Even in Bangladesh, microloans begin at $27 and can be as high as $500. The goal is to give people the chance to pull themselves out of poverty. Now, I'm curious what these interest rates would be, because remember, high interest rates are not going to help them. It's simply going to make the rich richer. So that's my concern. Right here, the global difference in microcredit interest rates are dramatic. And then 80% of the world population has no access to loans. More than 5 million people could start a business today to generate income if they had access to startup funding through a small loan. That is so true. They need enough money to get up off the ground. So I'm excited about this, and I love how Ripple is, putting together other cool projects that they can build on. This is what they're talking about, building ecosystems in multiple use cases utilizing XRP. And this is why DLT and blockchain is going to be so innovative. All right, next up, this is my favorite part of the video. I always love just talking about smart contracts. But anyways, blockchain and other networks. This was on September 12th of 2019, shared by Stuart_XRP. And this is Bradley Chase, the gentleman speaking. And just talking Okay, so XRP, the digital asset for payments. Remember, Brad Garlinghouse just talked about that. He was being nice to the Bitcoin community. I know he still always says he's long on Bitcoin. It's not like he wants to talk trash about it. That's not how you reach adoption anyways. But he said Bitcoin can be the store of value. XRP wants to focus on payments. And I think he was just being, politically correct. But right here, so why payments? Well, there's different industries and niche, things that we can actually focus on with blockchain. So there are so many blockchain applications to consider. Of course, trade finance, gaming, lending, smart contracts, insurance, supply chain management, identity. These are only a few of these blockchain applications. And you want to make all of the information dynamic and transfer ownership seamlessly. That's, payments are the foundation to all of this. For all of, these networks to even function, you need a strong payments infrastructure to build this up. So you want a payments entity to be decentralized and exist on its own. You don't want to worry about tracking down other information or even tracking down an intermediary and coordinating with someone or something else to simply do business. That's inefficient, it takes time, it's costly, and you have to rely on trust as well. Now, the XRP ledger, the XRPL, actually pioneered the concept of DEXs, or decentralized exchanges, along with atomic settlement. XRP is so innovative. I'm telling you, David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, Stephen Thomas, these guys are geniuses. These are going to be the revolutionaries at some point. And I'm not saying that just because I'm invested in digital assets. I'm saying that because this is what's happening in front of our eyes. These people are gathering recognition. All right, next clip. Right here, just going on with some points. So pretty cool. Again, this gentleman, Bradley, just discusses the network effects of XRapid adoption, which I always talk about, how long-term it will dramatically help in, growing the value of XRP by improving the liquidity, the savings, the cost for these users, the overall experience. The more valuable, the more people that are on this network utilizing XRapid and utilizing XRP for settlement, the more valuable and easy, the network becomes. Network effects. All right. Next clip, really, really cool. Just talking about, the gradual ramp up on adoption in stages potentially. And that actually kind of made me speculate a little bit. Not financial advice, but it wouldn't surprise me to see, XRP pump in stages as well based on the amount of corridors that they're lighting up, based on the amount of money that they want to send in each of these corridors. And he kind of talks about their existing business and where they see it. So pretty cool. And then lastly, finishing up with this. So this quote, as we can see here, and actually, I like this quote too. So we start to see more payments, more liquidity providers show up, top trade, and then we can increase it. Or they show up to trade, excuse the typo. So it's going to be attracting more traders to the environment as well, and LPs and market makers. All right, and then this quote, maybe batching their own internal orders into larger payments, trying to prevent leakage of information that they don't want to be on a public ledger. And he's talking about institutional users. So he says the cool thing, though, about XRP is, obviously it's, pseudonymous, but banks and customers still prefer, a version of anonymity, that's a tongue twister, in the real world. And they'll also have their own internal private ledgers, of course, within their own walled gardens, their own native systems. But they still need the XRP ledger for transactions outside of their own native environment. And there's different ways to create privacy on a public ledger as well. And regardless, it's XRP usage, whether it's internal or external, the price will always remain the same. Arbitrage does not last long, and we already are aware how markets can, whether it's an XRapid preferred partner or a public exchange, the prices will eventually equal out. So even if XRP hypothetically was on the private exchanges was worth $50 per token, eventually that price would balance out back on the public exchanges, and then we'd see $50 per token on public exchanges. All right, and that is just an example. But guys, if you have any questions on anything, please let me know down below. You can always shoot me a follow on Twitter and DM me. I'm a lot more responsive to Twitter direct messages. And as always, I will see you next time.